a tab said explore. So you can view your data here. So if you're already in this page, raise your hand so that I know you have completed. So you can see the data, day, month, year, season, holiday, weekday, working, weather, temperature, and so on. So this is a whole set of data. There are 13 columns and 731 observations. So you can see that 13 columns. This is what we call as column. And rows are 731. So this is rows. Okay. So now we already created the data set. Okay. So next we are moving into run
Miss,
a auto. Yes,
there's no.
Zin.
I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, can. I haven't go to that page yet. I'm still in the Explorer page. Once you are done, you just raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Once you're done, inform me, Zihin.
Right.
Good. Okay. So while you're waiting for Zihin to complete her work, maybe you can just explore the data, the menu options here. You can see the details, the attributes. Okay, whatever you created just now will be written here, the data source. Consume is actually the sample usage. This is the code is created, but we won't be editing the code. So this is the explore, which is actually the data. I haven't created any models yet, so you won't be seeing any model here yet. Okay. Once you created, then only you'll be seeing the model. So now you only can see the details and explore. Okay, I can see 16 raised hand. How about the rest? You're still working on it?
Miss, done already.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you should be seeing your data in the Explorer tab. Okay. So now we want to run an automated machine learning for the bike rental data. So just go through the instructions as usual. Follow the next step to run the job that uses automated machine learning to train the regression model. Okay, we're going to do a regression model to predict the bike rental. So in Azure Machine Learning Studio, view the automated machine learning page under authoring. So you can see, again, in the menu, you'll be seeing authoring. Then you can see automated machine learning. Okay. So click automated machine learning. Then you create an automated machine learning job with the following settings. Okay. So here, new automated machine learning. So I repeat again. You go to the menu option. This is the menu option, the 3 stack line. You'll be seeing authoring. Then choose automated machine learning. You'll be seeing this page. You can see there is no recent automated machine learning because we're going to create one. So you click on the new automated machine learning job here. Then you'll be seeing this page. Okay, select data as your first page. Okay, so under the select data, under the select data, you'll be saying data set as bike rental. This one, you select. After that, create a job. Okay, so once you select that, then click next. So under configure job, the second tab, you can see new experiment name. So you just copy the MS Learn bike rental. Target column rentals. This is the label that model is trained to predict. So you want to have rental, so copy and paste rental, target column. Or you just select rental, okay, from the drop-down list. Next, select Azure Machine Learning Compute Cluster, the compute cluster that you created previously. So this is the compute cluster. Then select task settings, task type regression, the model predict a numeric value, okay? Select compute type, we already did. This is select machine learning bits we created just now, okay? Then you go to next. Under the select task setting, you choose regression. Once you selected regression, under the task type, there are settings to view additional configuration settings and view the featureization settings. Now configure these settings, okay? Advanced setting. So this one, view the additional configuration settings. You can see at the bottom. So click that. The primary metric should be select normalized root mean square error. So this is normalized root mean square error. Explain the model selected. So it's already ticked. This is actually give you an option that automated machine learning to calculate feature importance for the best model, which make it possible to determine the influence of each features or variables on the predictor label. Use all supported models unselected. You will restrict the job to try only few specific algorithm. Allow model select only random forest and light GBM. You can select random forest and light GBM. So you only select these two models. Okay. So see random forest and light GBM. Then exit criterion. Training job. The hours should be 0.5. Then the metrics threshold should be 0.085. So this is to end the job if the maximum of 30 minutes, that's why 0.5. and the matrix is 0.085. If achieve a normalized root mean square error matrix of 0.085 or less, the job will end. The concurrency should be do not change, automatically is 2. Then you click save. Next one is the featureization settings. You enable the featureization settings. The selected automatically pre-process the featureization before training. You can see it's already pre-selected. So once you enable, it will detect, okay? Then click save. So make sure you selected all the criterias. Then click next. You will see the validation page. In validation page, the validation type should be auto. Test data access should be no test data access required. Okay, is anyone left behind? Before we start with the task 3. Anyone? Can you follow? Okay. So when you finish submitting the automated machine learning job details, it start automatically. Wait for a status to change from preparing to running. So already done. So just click finish. So you can see it's creating a new automated machine learning job. When a status changes to running, view the model tab and observe each possible combination of training algorithm and pre-processing steps and is tried and performance of the resulting model is evaluated. The page automatically refresh periodically, but you can also select refresh. It might take 10 minutes or so before the model start to appear as the cluster nodes must be initiated before training. Just now you have seen it's not started. Now you can see it's running. So this is what you should be seeing. So it's running now. So you can go to model tab. This is model tab. Wait for the job to finish. It might take a while. Now might be a good time for a coffee break. Okay. So we'll just wait. By right, it usually will display the model. If not, you can just click refresh here. Okay. Okay. If you want to go for a toilet break, you can go while it's running. If it's completed the running process, okay, you just raise your hand. Mine is still running. Usually it will take some time because it's tried to train the model. Okay. Okay, anyone completed their model? Mine is still running. We can just refresh and see. Oh, okay, yep, completed. Who else? Daniel, Afif, all of you completed your models, is it? All the raise hands. Not bad, you're faster than mine. Good. In the overview page, you can actually see what is the process is running, okay? So in my case, it's running the featureization. Now it's running the model training. So it's taking some time. Okay. It's completed now. You're supposed to see the model here. In overview page, you see it's completed, but there is a warning. The user specified exit score reached and the experiment is stopped. Current user specified exit score as 0.085. Okay. So under the model, you can see model like GPM. So on the overview tab of the automated machine learning job, note the best model summary. So you can see the best model summary is here. So chosen algorithm is max app scalar like GBM. The normalized root mean square is 0.08. Sampling is 100%. Okay. So select the text under algorithm name for the best model to view its detail. Next to the normalized root mean square value, select view all other metrics. Then see the values of other possible evaluation metrics for the regression model. So this is the algorithm. You can select. It will show you the model summary. So under the model summary, you can see the view all other metrics. So you can see explain variance, mean absolute error, mean absolute percentage error. Yesterday, Dr. Amiza got to show you the R-square score, right? 0.83. So this is actually considered as a best model because the value is higher than 0.8. So select the metric tab and select the residual and predicted true chart if they are not already selected. Here, you can see the metrics tab. So select the residuals and predicted true value. Predicted true value. The chart is not displayed. Okay, or at the bottom. Okay, so you can see the charts here, predicted true value, residuals. They can review the chart which shows the performance of the model. The first chart, which is this, it shows, you can see this chart. Okay. It shows the difference between predicted and actual true values as a histogram, and the second chart compare the predicted value against a true value. So this is the chart. Okay. Select the explanation tab here. Select the explanation ID and then select the aggregate future importance. So for example, this one. You can choose either one. Then select aggregate future value. So let's say I choose the first ID. So this is the aggregate future value. This chart shows how much feature in the data set influence the label of the prediction. You can see this is a chart. So we already have all the models. So you can go back to the overview page. You can see the model. This is the model. So you want to choose a matrix, you can just select which matrix. You can go to the matrix to see the residual plot and predictor value plot. You can go to the explanation. Choose. Yes. Yes, Daniel.
Mine is still running, miss.
Oh, you're still running. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We will wait. No worries. But you just until it's running, just go through which tab you're supposed to go. Okay. So once it's completed running, okay, you can just choose the model. Okay. So in this case, the model is given. So I'm just going to the model page. So this is the model. So you can see the model summary. So under model summary, you can just click view all metrics. So all the values are given. The important one is the R square. We already looked at the R square value. Then you can go to the metrics. When you scroll down, you can see the residual plot. This is the residual plot. Sorry, this is the residual plot. This is the predicted value plot. Okay. Residual plot in histogram form. And this is the predicted value plot. Then you can go to the explanation, just click the explanation. You have actually model performance. You can view how the model is performed. You can see the R square is 0.976 for the first one. Or you can choose the aggregate future importance. You can see which variable or the feature is important for your particular model. So you can see the working day is more important as your feature because the histogram is higher, then temperature, then the year, then only humidity. Or for the second ID, similarly, working temperature, year, and also the humidity also. For this is a different model. Okay. If you already viewed all the steps, please raise your hand so that I know you are here before we go for deploy predictive service. While waiting for Daniel to complete his running process. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Daniel. Done.
No, it's not that. Does it take this long?
Yeah. You can go to overview page and see the status. It's somewhere in the properties. It will show below the status running. It will show what is running. Here. This part. Under overview, properties, status is supposed to show it's running, and below that it show what is running now.
It's running model training.
I think within a few seconds it will be completed. Just wait.
And on the models page,
You're in the model page.
right now, I'm in the model page. Does it?
Okay. It's empty, right?
It's not empty.
Oh, so already there is a model there, is it?
How can I explain this?
It's
let's-
completed running or still running?
It's still running.
It's okay. If it's still running, you won't be seeing the model page yet.
All right.
You need to wait for a while. Daniel, completed or still running?
Still running.
Okay. You're using hotspot, is it?
No, I'm using Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I think I did something wrong, but I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, maybe you can just view. We'll complete this. Then you can try yourself because left few more steps to end.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So next is actually we want to deploy the predictive service. So in Azure Machine Learning Studio, on the automated machine learning page, select your automated machine learning job. So we already in the job. On the overview tab, select the algorithm name for the best model. This is the overview tab. Under the as the model. Wait, on the overview tab, select the algorithm for the best model. We already selected. The model page is already open. Okay, so on the model tab, select the deploy button. You can see it's deploy here. And use the deploy to web services. You can see deploy to web, this one. So in the name, you put predict rental because we're going to deploy the model into web, okay? Description, predict car rental. Compute type, select Azure Container Instance. Then you enable the authentication. Okay, the toggle option is selected. Wait for the deployment to start. This may take few seconds, then in the model summary section. So once you have done all this, you just click deploy, okay? So then in the model summary, observe the deploy status. So you can see at the bottom here, the deploy status is running.
Sorry, Miss, can you repeat again just now?
Okay, Ken. What you need to do is, we already opened the model tab. So you will see model tab here. So under the model tab, you select deploy, this one. Okay, you can see there is a drop-down arrow, click that. So when you click deploy, the drop-down arrow, you'll see web service. So you go to web service. So under the name, you put predict rental. Under the description, you put predict cycle rentals. The computer type, Azure Container Instance. The compute name, wait, there's no compute name. Compute type only, up to compute type. And the authentication, you just enable, then click deploy. So once you click deploy in your model, on the summary option, at the bottom you'll be seeing is running. On the model tab, go to deploy, web services, name is predict rental, description is predict cycle rental, compute type is Azure Container Instance, enable the toggle for the authentication, then click deploy. You'll be seeing running. Daniel, did you manage to complete the running process of the model?
No.
It's still running.
Yeah, still running.
Look at the status, what it shows in the overview tab.
Running.
It's still running. So what is running?
Model training.
It's still under model training.
Yeah.
Did you choose regression just now?
Yes, I choose regression.
How about the threshold settings? Did you do the additional settings and the featureization settings correctly?
Yes.
Okay. It's okay. You just watch what we're going to do now. Then maybe you can try again later. maybe you missed any of the steps. It shouldn't be taking this long. Okay, so we have to wait. So wait for the status to change succeeded, which may take some time, or you may need to select the refresh periodically. So you can actually use here refresh. Still running. So raise your hand if your deployment is completed. The status should show succeed or succeeded. Okay, mine's still running. Anyone completed the deployment process? Because I can see all your hands are raised since just now. Mine's still running. Daniel, is it still running?
Still running. I stopped it.
Oh, you stopped it. Okay. It's okay. You can.
Because at the setting I mistakenly made blocked algorithm something.
Oh, okay. But it's okay. You can. I think you don't need to go until the create data set. You can actually start from the automated machine learning process again if you want to do it, or you can just leave it. You just watch what you're doing, then you can launch your lab again later when you want to
Alright.
try. But so far you can follow, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, my deployment is still running. Okay, maybe who haven't reached until the deployment stage, that means it's still running. Maybe you can raise your hand so that I know you're still in the process. Afif, you're still running.
Yeah, it's still running.
Okay. Isaac also still running. So Chinzi still okay, good.
Mine is completed, D.
Oh, yours is completed, Isaac. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, Lim Zinrui still running. Okay. Okay, Melody is still running, is it? Melody? Okay. So we're still running, so we wait for a while.
Doctor,
Yes.
should we clean up the compute cluster and also the endpoint as stated in the instruction?
You mean the instruction
After
5 onwards?
deployment. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to complete because it's supposedly once it's completed, the deployment status is completed, you can actually go through the instruction 5, then only go to the test the deployed service. So if you think you already succeeded this part, the deployment, you actually can continue. So if you want to continue,
Tested the data, the input data.
oh, you already done until the last part.
Yes.
Ah, okay, good. So
Now
did you manage to?
I want to ask you, should we follow the instruction also to clean out the endpoint and also the compute cluster?
Yes, you can do it. You can complete until the last steps. Okay, if you want to clean up, you can do it as well. If you already completed. Yes. Good, yeah. Good progress. Okay. So if some of you already completed your process of deployment, you can actually continue with the instruction 5 until the last one, clean up. Okay. And also you can delete your workspace. That means you already know how to do it, how to create a automated machine learning. So complete until the last one. The important one is actually how you create the automated machine learning. We already go through that. Okay. You created a workspace, then you created a data set, then you created an automated machine learning until the deployment status. Okay. So now it's trying to deploy. That means it's trying to go live in the web. Okay. So once it's go live, then only we create the endpoint. Okay. To test the deploy services. If you still remember, we have key and endpoint whenever we create any of the systems. So in this case, it should have an endpoint page. Then only you can actually go live with your model. So mine is still running. I do not know why it's taking a longer time.
Doctor, I do have a question about the workspace.
Yes. The delete
If-
workspace, is it?
Yes, if we deleted our workspace, is it our unique name is totally deleted in the Azure?
It should be, yes, it's totally deleted.
So we for the next time we can use the same uniqueness, right?
Yes, you can use it. Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Welcome. Okay, mine is already completed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Azure Machine Learning Studio. On the left-hand menu, select the endpoint. So you should be seeing your endpoint under the assets. So click endpoint. So you'll be seeing your predict rentals here. So now you can test your deploy services. So on the endpoint page, open the predict rental in real time. So when the predict rental is open, view the test page, okay, or test tab. Okay, so this is the test tab. In the input data to test in real-time endpoint pane, replace the template JSON with the following input data. So this is your JSON file. So you can see this is your input. So you change this input to 1. This one also to 1. Year is 2022. Season is 2. Holiday is 0. Weekday is 1. Weather is 2. Temperature is 0.3. Attempt is 0.3. Humidity is 0.3 and wind speed is 0.3. And next is the global parameter is 1. Once you fill up all the informations, then you click test. So review the test result, which include predicted number of rentals. You can see on the input features, the test pane took input data used in the model you train and return the predicted value. Predicted number of rental. Let's review what you have done. You used a data set of bicycle rental to train a model that The model predicts the number of bicycle rental expected on a given day. Based on the seasonal meteorological features, in this case, the label are the number of bicycle rentals. You have just tested a service is ready to connect it to a client application using the credential in the consume tab. So you can see, go to consume tab. You have a REST endpoint, authentication, primary key and secondary key. So you can actually give this to your client. Okay. So this is your deployed services. So this is the basic consumption information which you can give your client to use it. Okay. Has everyone completed all this part? Okay. Then we're going to do some cleanup where you can delete your workspace. So you go to Azure Machine Learning Studio. On the endpoint tab, select the predict renter. We're already in the predict renter endpoint. Predict renter. Select predict renter. You can see delete here. So click delete. It's asking you to confirm whether you want to delete. Yes, delete. So once you delete that, you go to compute page under the manage. Under the compute cluster, you select the model you created just now. Supposed to delete. Why my delete option is not appearing? I think I can just click this and delete. You want to delete? Yes, delete. So it's deleted, I guess. Compute. No, it's still there. On the compute page, on the compute clusters, select the compute instance, then select delete. Okay, it's deleting. Okay, the model is deleted. Next, we want to delete the resource group. You just go to the Azure portal. This is your Azure portal. Under the resource group, this one. You'll be seeing the first resource group you created just now. So select that. I'm not seeing the resource group option to delete. Supposed to be here. Resource groups. Did anyone see the delete resource group options? I don't know why, where I missed the step. It's supposed to be here. Okay. You click the resource group 1, then you click delete resource group. So we want to delete the resource group 1. And delete. So it will delete your resource group or even the machine learning algorithms you created just now. You can just tick everything and delete also. Okay, so that's how you do it. Then once you delete all the resource group, and then you can just click and so it's end as the my lab and mark it as complete. Okay, so you just cancel because you can relaunch the first app. But what you're going to do is you're actually going to end because you already completed one lab. Okay, so we already completed our first lab. Any question regarding the lab? The automated machine learning. Okay, it's already 11:05. Do you want to take a 5 minutes break? Or 10 minutes? Oh, you already taken your break while waiting for the deployment.
10 minutes, sis.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, we will continue at 11:20. Okay, it's already 11:05. Okay, 11:15. So we'll continue at 11:15.